I wanted to ask you a little bit about environment because, and I will butcher this quote, but your environment can reflect your mindset and mental state, and your mental state can impact your environment. So it
100%.
it can become like a chicken or egg,
Yeah.
which comes first. So if someone is feeling out of alignment just with their main home or
Mhm,
their main part of their home,
mhm,
maybe they're used to their bedroom being a certain way,
mhm,
and all of a sudden it's akimbo.
mhm.
I feel like that is something that can tune people into if they need to pay attention to one or the other.
Mhm.
Would you agree with that? Do you think that there's a connection between the current state of your area and your mindset?
Especially when it comes to clutter or lack of cohesiveness in the way the furniture is arranged, that perhaps there's not a thought process, but that chair's always been there. But you trip over it when you try to get to your
Right.
bedroom,
You
twice a
stub your
week,
foot. Yeah, that's right.
right? Or there's not enough room for you to sit with your entire family now that it's growing. There's people getting married and you have 12 people for dinner, not 6 anymore or whatever. And
Mhm.
and so it's just a matter of people getting stuck. I think so many people are stuck. I talked to a very nice lady the other day. She switched her big living room with her dining room because her family grew. And I was like, "That's brilliant." Like, not many people would have thought of that. So it's
Right.
also looking at your current home with fresh eyes. How has your life changed? So she now has 12 people coming for dinner. Her smaller dining room wouldn't accommodate that, so she switched the chandelier into the large full-length living room. There's a
Living room?
pretty fireplace in there. She can fit the whole family, and now the living area, she put doors on it, or the dining area, she put doors on it, and she swapped the 2. And so she just changed the function of the room. She didn't have to move.
Right.
But if
That's
she
pretty
hadn't
impressive.
been open-minded, she would have always said, "No, that's always been our living room. That's where we
That's
put the
right.
Christmas tree, and that's where we've opened presents, and that's where I sit and read, and I'm not changing that. That is my routine."
Mhm.
But now she loves her new routine because she has all the same things, it just functions better.
Right.
It's
If someone
open-minded.
is feeling a stalemate there,
Yeah.
what do you think how can they decide what to do first?
Well, it's what's your pain point? What's your biggest pain point? That's probably the biggest thing. And if you are dealing with clutter, sometimes you have to get the clutter out of the way to even see the bones of the room and the furniture that there could be a stack of clothing or donations or a room you've thrown
Right.
everything in. And you could be using
Right.
that for your hobby you haven't done. Or you could make it in a guest room because now you need a bunk room for your grandchildren. And so I think just starting to clear the clutter to see what possibilities are, because clutter, I think a lot of times what clutter really is clutter in your head.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
very much correlates to
Right.
your environment
And
mimics.
that's what I'm wondering, like, so do you attempt to get some clarity of mind first, or do you physically remove some of the
To
clutter?
me,
And I'm sure it's case by case,
I think it's case by
but
case, but for me and some people I've seen, while they're cleaning out the clutter, it's also quiet time. It's also an action that reduces anxiety about a fear or a worry.
right.
Taking action helps that to begin with. And then once you clear out that clutter, you're thinking about possibilities probably while you're doing it, or like memories, you're putting them aside or boxing them or giving away certain items that are no longer useful to you. And that's cathartic itself.